adding sexual images of a minor and all this salacious and defamatory stuff, because these are the worst and most horrible things that you could ever say about a man. Sexual assault is the worst, but now you want to equivocate him to Epstein? That is the play here. But I think any reasonable-minded person who has followed this story with any degree of attention understands that these types of allegations with minors and pornography, child stuff, has never been a part of the dialogue. So all of a sudden, this is here now. Most people are going, yo, they're going way above and beyond to smear these guys, to lock them up. And this is the plan. They get them to the United Kingdom. They threaten them with 100 years in jail. Or they say you can have...
That's a good question. So someone's asking what children was Epstein accused of abusing?
They lose all
I don't
their
think there were any.
They lose their reputation. And
aside from like young women, mostly, some men.
Because they admit that they're guilty.
Yeah, just people that had visited the place, and then when all the rumors started in about some of the people who work for those lines, drug trafficking lines, scouting, touting, hazing, tating, all that stuff. Once some of those people do some sick shit in the child and animal abuse that's connected to some of those punks all over our country.
How long are they going to be staying here, going back? What do you think that process is going to be?
Different states that are connected to those drug trafficking lines and lines of communication, information, prayer networks, scouting, touting. I mean, they get the 5 stars, really, right?
We're going to have a scheduling order for a conference there.
Right, so when you understand the people associated to those islands and others, yeah, what did Epstein do? I haven't heard any allegations, really, of horrific rape or child torture from him personally. There are people associated to those lines and businesses. Some of the fucking psychos claiming to be victims are connected to some of the worst abusers in our systems. So, yeah. Hopefully people are understanding that. I think they do. And by them having these conversations, it opens the door for us to explain those things with which they can but can't. Why not? Because people at that level have to be very careful of getting sued. That's why. Remember Oprah couldn't even say when she was said she didn't want to eat a burger? Again, she almost got sued. She spent 2 years going through lawsuits back in the 90s.
That could take at least a year.
So think about that. That's why. Hopefully people are waking up to that.
Looking at anywhere between 60 days to a year to get this.
Even if you do, what are you going to do about it? I know, we see these cases all the time, and people wake up, can't do too much about it, and if they do wake up and push it, we see murder-suicides.
Their job to go prove it, and your job to defend your client. That's what has to happen.
Or disappearances, freak accidents. I know. It's horrible, huh?
Whether people support our audience.
So do you understand that? So who's fucking the little kids and feeding out the child and animal abuse that everyone's concerned about? Everyone in this world anyways. That's what we investigate.
It's a audience, you're on a different place. It's at 50-50.
Yeah, we investigate daisies too. We love flowers. Potatoes, we investigate mashed potatoes and French fries and all the different ways you can make potatoes. We love learning about different recipes and add-ins and ways to cook.
They're innocent. I
mean, you can boil, you can bake, you can air fry, you can pan fry. You can probably deep fry them in tallow if you wanted to. Just ruin the potato. I'm sure they'll do it. French fries cooked in beef tallow. They're already doing it.
Going to get back into the news cycle. We're going to be talking about this on a regular basis.
Oh man, they got to make up. No, the markets. They know it's crashing with a lot of those. When you think about it, use every part of the cow, huh? Bovine material. Why are there holes in all their necks? Skinwalker Ranch. Hey, History Channel. Hey, History Channel. I know. Look at the people that work for that fucking company. What about that island? History Channel. Didn't that David Wilcock dude who vaporized himself, was found dead, disappeared? What happened?
secret.
Did you see the body?
Something happened to him, and then this
I
happened to him.
guarantee
On the
you right
podcast,
now.
He said something along the lines that you rejected a $50
It's
million
pretty
offer
obvious.
to
I
drop
mean, if you
Kevin
listen to it, he was
from,
telling you
powers
that's
that
exactly
be
what was going to
in Norway.
happen.
So my only question is, he's
No,
getting
I don't believe he
offered
committed
something, you know
suicide. I
that
think he
it's
told
gonna
you he
happen.
wasn't going to
Yeah,
commit
he
suicide.
That this was going to go down because, why do an emergency podcast if nothing is going to go wrong? It's almost as if
He's probably in a submarine.
So anytime you reject that offer, you know something is going to come at some point.
My
You
guess.
rejected that offer, I want to say somewhere around 2022, 2023, probably 2023.
Right, so are you
We had
understanding
several
that,
of them.
people?
That's a fact.
Do you understand that? Can you guys speak that stuff? Can you say, look, I really don't feel like, when we're looking at these horrific abuse lines of child and animal abuse and pornography, and when you understand that some of the psychos, right, from those high classes and places and islands are some of the animal activists targeting non-vaxxers and dog kickers and putting that above human beings and the safety of human beings, and we don't play that game. Not here on planet Earth, not here in America, not here in the good old great state of Maine. Nope. We put human beings first. And if you want to put animals before human beings, even if it's your pet that you've loved for 20 years, old reliable, and it's a homeless bum in the street you don't know, they look like they're on their way out. Who are you going to hit, the dog or the bum? You don't know anything about them. They could be a really good person. They might be totally healthy and just look like they're on their way out. They might be a murderer. They might be a rapist. Who the fuck knows? I mean, I'm sure in your heart of hearts, you gotta understand here that we don't play that fucking game. Okay, we always hit the dog first. We never take out the human being. Ever.
I understand that it's difficult.
Do you understand
I
that?
understand that the average American citizen, when they hear the Department of Justice saying something...
Right, now when you want to get into extenuating situations, there are situations where you take out the human being and not the animal, right? Right, if it's a criminal and they're hurting your police dog.
Is it gone? Totally gone. Relief for itchy.
Are you allowed to shoot the criminal if you think they might hurt your dog?
Is available in a tasty chewable that works fast. May cause worsening of existing
Are you?
skin infestations, serious infections.
Are you allowed to if you were to shoot and to kill someone because you think they're hurting your dog?
Dogs under 12 months of age with serious infections.
Come on, what are the laws there?
Ask your vet or Apoquel chewable.
Right, so when you start to understand that and why human beings come first, and we have a lot of people that aren't doing that, and they're playing some very sick, evil games at those high levels, animal activists, Maria Shriver, Betty White types, Dollywood, P. Diddy Island, all these places are heavily connected to these lines of drugs and information, Catholic charities, prayer chains, helping the oppressed. Right, so when you understand that, we're very good at what we do, just so you know. Yeah, we probably wouldn't be here talking to you. If we weren't, we'd be dead. Or we'd be in a mental institution or in jail for taking that motherfucker's head off. But thank goodness, we have common sense and we understand the laws and process and procedure. And we're at peace and we're at acceptance and we understand the viscosity of these networks and the crime being done to these children, not just ours. And it's hard to pull yourself out of that sometimes, especially if it's your kids, because, people fucking snap. We see these things all the time. It usually doesn't get to this level of people keeping their calm and trying to speak to you, just because we get excited sometimes. We're like, hey, you fucking stupid pieces of shit! Right? People need to wake the fuck up around here. It's not that hard, Right, we can pull it out at any time, and we do quite often in class just to show people what's going on online and here in the real, which is both real, right? Right, so a lot of people have been watching and listening for years. So in 2016, when you all got fed some of those animal abuse videos and you decided to target certain people instead of help the children, and they don't seem to understand just how detrimental that is to our public systems and schools all across America. And I think a lot of people are starting to see and realize that now. So hopefully they start to speak up. We're right here, Governor Hill Mansion. Augusta, Maine. My name is Mary. I have 4 children here. My youngest 2 are in the hands of sick, murderous pedophiles. The child and animal pornography that's been fed out to news teams, investigators, and activists, some on Epstein Island. So then when you understand that these people, and the ones who are actually fucking and abusing the children and people in our rural communities, it's not Epstein. No, I mean, he might be guilty of what? Flirting with some teenagers? I mean, it's not that hard at these parties and auditions. I know, we've shown it to you here, how easy that is. They'll lay right in their fucking laps. We sure hope so. The private investigator in 2009 was trying to tell them, and they decided to ignore it then. I know, when you look at what's been going on, too, people, you should be irate. It doesn't matter who you are. I know if you're trying to decide as to whether or not people deserve some kind of punishment, yeah, you need to pull yourself out of that. Right, because I told you whether or not, that's the whole point. And that's why they target retards and people that they think others will feel deserve it. And they already make sure that's happening before they commit certain crimes and do certain things. They make sure that heat is there, man. The hate, the rage. I mean, people gunning for you. Wow, you sick fucks. I'd pack your shit and get the fuck out of here if I were you. For real, you know who you are. And the proper authorities need to address this. Yeah, we're gonna do some reading. Alexa, volume 1. Just for today. July 21st. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you? Yeah, okay. Alright. I can hear you. Oh, who do you think I'm talking to? I'm talking to everybody. Have you ever heard of, what do they call that? It's not third person speech, but it is somewhat embedded in there. It's not some kind of role play. There's a word. It's like the 4 walls type thing. Oh, when I think of the word, I'll tell you. Yeah, there's a word, you know, people speak out loud. It's a form of therapy, too. Right, like having a conversation with yourself. Right, and it's good for people to know the difference. Is that safe or not safe? Right, because people talk to themselves all the time. So they're talking to themselves or things that aren't there. Are you hearing voices? Right. Do they have a wherewithal? Can they answer your questions? Right. I mean, what are they saying? Is it a bother to you? Okay, so I mean, I don't know, whatever you believe, whether or not you think I'm talking to myself or you think I think I'm talking to somebody, because I am. I mean, at the very least, I'm talking to myself, right? Is it bothering you? It's not bothering me. Right, now if I were upset by the voices in my head or my conscious field of thoughts that I speak to out loud sometimes, or even you ever talk out loud to the TV or the radio, I do that too. Frequency waves, you know. They can't hear you. I know, it's just a form of expression. I want to bottle that up, you know. Sometimes I bottle it up. I like to bottle it up and let it build and give myself a huge burst. I like that too, yeah. Right, so I mean, some are safe and some aren't, right? I mean, are there things to be worried about? Right, I mean, if someone's like they're hearing voices, they don't know where it's coming from, it's bothering them, they think they need to be medicated, or what's going on? Is it a ghost? The devil? God? Angels? I think you just have tinnitus. Don't take my specialness! It's either don't take their specialness or no, you just don't understand. The voices are telling them to do bad things and they don't know how to deal with it. Okay, so yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. You're like, snap out of it. What the fuck? I know, this is the programming, you know, the horrific things going on in the public school systems in Western medicine that a lot of people have been talking about for years. Oh, I mean, your reaction, like you seeming to want to prove that I'm dangerous or talking to somebody, I don't know. You trying to figure out who I'm talking to? Because it seems like over the years, a lot of people that are worried about their drugs and covering up their bullshit targeting to get the non-vaxxer or the bully or the Karen or the dog kicker, it seems like people trying to cover up that stuff and fucking with people seems to be very dangerous and a huge problem. And then people trying to demand, because they think someone's talking to themselves or hearing voices, that they should be medicated, and they're dangerous until they get medicated and stable. And we need to shut down the schools until everyone gets vaccinated and safe. You're fucked. You're insane, fucking stupid retards. And the proper authorities here in Augusta, Maine need to address what's happening here. We're right here whenever you're ready, folks. July 21st, page 202. Man or beast? Your choice. Richard Sheridan, the famous 18th century English playwright, is reported to have asked a group of friends one evening, "Are we going to drink like men or beasts?" "Like men, of course," exclaimed the group. "Then we are going to get roaring drunk," commented Sheridan, "for beasts never drink more than they need." No one could ever call an animal a glutton. He eats what he needs and takes no more. On the other hand, the animal never wants to share his food. But man can take more than he needs or share his food with others. He has a choice that the animal does not, because he has, all together now, a free will. If a man takes more than he needs and becomes a glutton, he loses that freedom and sinks even below the animal. Strive to keep a balance between your needs and those of others. For you wore heretofore darkness, but now light is in the Lord. Walk then as children of the light. Ephesians 5:8. Oh Jesus, help me to live up to the dignity you expect of me. July 22nd. Caught napping. One day in Lake Charles, Louisiana, the police received a frantic call from an employee in a small department store reporting a stolen cash register. A few minutes later, the police received a second call, this one from the owner of the store. "I stole the cash register myself," he said. "When I entered the store after lunch, I found all the clerks asleep. Thought I'd teach them a lesson." Needless to say, from that day to this, the embarrassed clerks have never fallen asleep. Most of the trouble in the world today comes from the fact that the good people are asleep on the job. While they are concentrating on their own comfort, those bent on destroying our way of life are wide awake, working constantly. If we were only on the alert as they are, there would be little cause for fear.
Watch ye, therefore, for ye know not when the Lord of the house cometh. O my Jesus, show me that by doing my part to change the world I can never lose. While they are concentrating on their own comfort, those bent on destroying our way of life are wide awake, working constantly. If we were only on the alert as they are, there would be little cause for fear. Now, you could be awake, you're awake, walking around, but are you asleep to the truth? Many are, yes. And many are awake to it, and they've been taking advantage of those sleepers. We've been talking about this for years. I can't believe how long it's gone on and not being addressed within our mainstream news, and just how detrimental that's been to a whole generation. Very profitable to others. I mean, some of them, they're set up with a lifetime of customers and prisoners and patients because of it, so they're all set up. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. I know it seems like a lot of them should be in jail, but to accept that, they get away with it. Right, Fossey? I mean, they can be very evil people and do horrible things that they know is gonna harm a lot of people. Doesn't mean that they're gonna be the ones held accountable or at fault, just like a doctor prescribing a medication. You can't sue the doctor. Yeah, we've explained this whole process over the years, the briefcase people going into the places, doctors and people getting cruises and prizes for getting so much of a certain medication prescribed, and every month there'd be new ones, and they knew that people would start to complain that it doesn't work good or it's causing symptoms. Some may die. There might be a few lawsuits. They take it off the market. The lawsuits they get are pennies compared to what they're making off of the distribution off of others who didn't get sick or injured enough to sue. Right, eventually I think some laws were passed, was it 2021, around that area, where you can't sue at all anymore, even in those situations. No one's really held liable, it's at your own risk. I mean, of course, they have to be very careful as far as if you prescribe certain medications together. Yeah, you could be held at fault, but I mean, the computer and system checks them all along the way. Yeah, it'll flag them on the computer, and if they miss the flag, the pharmacy will flag it. Right, I mean, sometimes people will pair up in relationships together because they know those medications can't be prescribed together. So they seek people just for that reason sometimes. Freaking psychos and druggies. You think state workers have a lot of money? Yeah, a lot of them are pretty nasty, sick people that got away with a lot of fraud and abuse. And the blood of a lot of children are all over them. We told them in 2012. Now, a lot of them are gone. And then they claim they need witness protection. Dangerous cartel family. It's so fucking sick and disturbing what's been going on. Right, and you can't be alert all the time, right? Because if we were only on the alert as they are, there would be little cause for fear. So see how when you're aware of that truth, even when you're asleep, right? The company you keep. Yeah, because I mean, if you're aware but you're around people who aren't, there's some cause for fear, right? But if we were only on the alert as they are, there would be little cause for fear. Because you can protect yourself. They can't hurt you. Right, so when we have evildoers and people who do hurt you, who do cross the line and break the laws and abuse children, innocent adults, vulnerable, helpless. I know, that's what we're trying to show you. They've shown you many clips of people who deserved it. Yeah, they were the problems in those communities. They needed to be removed. They're just a nuisance. Yeah, it's actually so sad, really sad and sick and disgusting and disturbing when you start to look in on it. Who's a racist? Right, I mean, they go in through these towns and they just look for people that it'll be okay to fuck with because others can't stand them. You look in the history, this has gone on for years. Right, so when you have people around you who are asleep to that or pretend to be because they're protecting crimes and shit they don't want people to know, that's fucking scary. Scary, very scary and sad. July 23rd. Sooner or later. On the Connecticut shore is a small, shabby fish and tackle shop. Tacked on the wall as you enter is a sign which has caught the eye of thousands. It reads, "If you swim in sin, you sink in sorrow." You do not have to travel to Connecticut to be warned of this. God is reminding you in 1,000 ways to open your eyes. There is, of course, a constant temptation to think and act as if somehow or other we can violate the laws of God and still avoid any penalties. But sins have a way of catching up with us. We may get away with evil for years, but sooner or later we pay the penalty. Now, the works of the flesh are manifest, which are fornication, uncleanliness, immodesty, luxury, idolatry, witchcrafts, enmities, contentions, emulations, wrath, quarrels, dissensions, sex, sects, envies, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like. Of the which I foretell, as I have also foretold to you, that they who do such things shall not obtain the kingdom of God. Galatians 5:19-21. O Lord, let me see all my faults before it is too late. Alexa, Volume 5.
I'm telling you, folks, you really ought to do 5 guys named Moses.
Yeah, I know a place named Highbrow. I think so. Isn't that the name of it?
Almost dropped that.
Is this guy a patriot or is this assault? Like, are you okay with this happening?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
That guy is a proud citizen and did not feel that this was a respectful move, leans over to talk, something gets said, and he had enough. Now, did the guy sitting there, do you have your right to freedom of speech? Sure, you have your right to freedom of speech. But exercising freedom of speech in the wrong way can get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
And the wrong thing.
Adam, where are you at with this?
Oh, PVD, this was my top story, man. I love this story so much. I want to get, my grandfather's no longer with me. I want that guy to be my grandfather. You have no idea how much respect I have for that grandfather. 0% assault, all just American patriotism. And by the way, when that grandfather smacked that kid to stand up for the national anthem at a baseball game, everyone around him looked at the kid and publicly shamed him. Because they know, get your ass up for the flag. By the way, you have every right, like Tom said, to protest the national anthem. You have every right to potentially even burn the flag. But you also have every right for grandpa to get you an ass whooping. That's not a bad grandpa, right? That's like the goat of grandpas right there. He didn't have older friends.
Not one person in class agrees with you, Adam. Sorry.
That guy, I salute him. He's an absolute patriot. And I...
No, you can't put your hands on people. You can't smack someone because they don't want to stand up.
But because of the
in the third degree. Like, everybody has their freaking.
Exactly. I mean, it's no means to arrest a dude for assault, but he might have maybe been removed from the game. You can't go hitting people. Right. I mean, what if that kid hit him back? He got hit first.
Do it in the first place, like, and you guys made a great point. So I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. You're free to make your
What if he couldn't stand? Right? What if he had a broken leg or something? Or he just didn't want to stand up. He's on his phone. He's talking to somebody. He got an important business call to take. Yeah, I think people should mind their own fucking business. If somebody doesn't want to stand up for something, they shouldn't have to. All rise.
And it's played by Tom Hardy. Ronnie and Ray. Is it Ronnie?
Okay, so you all rise. There are exceptions. If someone can't, they're in a wheelchair. Okay, you're excused. We don't even have to say it, right? Obviously. Right, if someone's sitting there with their arms crossed, nope, I'm not going to rise for no judge. Okay, you can leave the courtroom. Bye. It's pretty simple. They're not going to hit him, though. They're not going to say, hey, stand your ass up. We're in court. It's a law. Is it a law? I don't know. Is it a law you have to stand up in court when they say all rise? Sometimes they say it in church, and you may be seated. No, I'm not sitting down. I'm standing up. No, I don't want to sit down. No, I got fucking hemorrhoids. I'm standing.
You know, when you watch this video, this man in the head and says stand up.
No, I don't have hemorrhoids. I got hemorrhoids once when I was pregnant for, I think it was Jamie, when I was my first pregnancy. Yeah.
Love America, you're proud of this country, what it's done, and the freedoms it's giving you. Stand up. Now, somebody would say that was a linebacker.
It wasn't bad, though.
Maybe the guy doesn't smack him upside down.
Maybe just ask him, hey, can you please stand?
Can you please stand? But can you go to the comments?
But yeah, so what about that? Please be seated now. Nope, not going to sit down. I'm standing. There are some places. So if you're in a courtroom,
Though I disagree with young guy not standing.
right, you can stand in the back if you want.
And the old guy should be charged for crime.
Right, but if they say all rise and someone sits there and crosses their arms and says out loud, I'm not rising for...
Asshole that he is before I said, okay, that's probably a bottom. No, the guy that's got all the...
Right, if they point at, sometimes they might just point at you like, hey, everyone's rising. They give you a little motion to rise up with their hand. You might point at your leg and they, oh, sorry, didn't see the knee brace. Sorry about that. Nope, but if you give them a look like, or flip them off, like, nope, not gonna do it. Yeah, there's lines, right? They're still not gonna smack you, though.
This is his account. This is what your account showed. Don't forget the national anthem was written again. People use the word patriot so loosely nowadays. So
I mean, if you want to get technical.
Punching someone just because, wow, the algorithms, Roberto, favor all the negatives. Where's one positive? You have one positive that comes up.
Yeah, I just saw it.
One of them
Keep going down.
was all recent. Let's see what comes up. That's this is called assault, and you're rightfully stolen.
I don't, it's weird where, was it years ago? Like we were having this conversation, they didn't want to take a knee, the players. No one went down and smacked them. Get on your knee.
So you know, a lot of people are like, this is not cool to do so, but
Take your hat off, put it over your heart.
Did you run the poll?
No.
What's the number on the poll? Let's take a look at what the poll feel like.
I'm proud to be an American, but I just don't feel like it. Oh, I want to be an outcast. I want to stand out, and it's going to make the news. What a bunch of fucking idiots. It works every fucking time. It's still working. They're even talking about it on PBD. What the fuck? That was easy.
Just make one quick point here. Sometimes, criminal elements have a truth about them that we all actually kind of agree with. And what you said about that they wouldn't have tolerated that in the UK, well, I'll tell you, the state of California has known that child molesters in prison, that the Hispanic gangs that are overwhelmingly Catholic, they murder child molesters in California prisons because they feel that crime is just above. And so your point about criminals in certain times, would take
Cutting
things
each
into
other's
their own
throats
hands.
and licking each other's
You're
assholes.
absolutely correct. That happens even today. Yeah.
I agree. Okay, let's go to the next one. Next one I want to get into is Iran and a different angle with Iran. So the president came out and tweeted something saying for every time Iran does anything to any ships in Strait of Hormuz, here's what we're going to do to you. From this point forward, anytime the IRG
Yeah, it was really
shoots at a
good.
ship in Strait of Hormuz, whether it's by missile, rocket, drone, or any other device or weapon, the U.S. will bomb and destroy one bridge or power plant, including those located next to or in the capital city of Tehran. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So now, you see that story. They're going back and forth. Yesterday, the president is being interviewed, and a lady asks and says, it doesn't look like Iran is calling you to want to do a deal. And the president says, how do you know? So what, do you have that clip? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Order asks, do you have that? Click on that to see if that's the one. I don't think that's the one. I can't even hear it, by the way, just so you know. Oh, do you want to? No, if I can hear it, I'll tell you if it's the one or not. Okay, I'll try to find it myself and I'll send.
That Iran has moved nuclear centrifuges into Pickaxe Mountain, and when you say
No, this isn't it. This isn't it. So I'll find a clip. I'll send it to you. It's important on how he responds to it. But when you look at the story with Iran, on what they're saying, and then you look at gas prices today, Tom. What is crude oil right now? What's the price? Is it 99 or 98?
We are getting close to 100 on British called Brent Crude North Sea, and then WTI West Texas Intermediate. We're over 90. So we were back at 67 2.5 weeks ago.
Yes, we were.
3 weeks ago, thinking, wow, we're within 75 cents of the week before the war started, like February 21st. And now we're all the way back to this, both sides knocking on 95 to 100.
So when
That's
you see this,
nerve-wracking.
can you go? I'm going to read the Houthi story, and Tom, I want you to go into it because Tom, you got a complete different angle of what you think is going on. Houthis say they attacked Saudi tankers in the Red Sea, threatening new checkpoint in Iran war. This is a Reuters story, okay? And here's what the Houthis are doing. They're kind of helping Saudi in a very weird way. The Iranian aligned Houthis said Thursday that they struck 2 Saudi oil tankers as part of a naval blockade on Saudi, threatening to create a second choke point on global oil supplies alongside Iran's near closure of the Strait of Hormuz. The Houthis identified the vessels as Ansalia and the Layla. Saudi state news agency SPA cited an official source saying that the Ansalia was struck, causing a fire at the bow, and Layla was attacked remained unconfirmed. A maritime security source said Ansalia transmitted a distress call reporting it had been struck by a missile near the Saudi port of Jizan late Wednesday. Tom, what's going on here with Houthis and Saudi?
Well, in the Middle East, you pick a country, and there's usually what you see publicly, and there's all these subtext. And this is what I'm reading here. The Saudis want to continue with their enrichment of uranium. They want to be a nuclear power. India is, Pakistan is, Israel has been, and never acknowledged publicly, but has been. And so Saudi is like, on one side, they want to level the playing field and they want to be a nuclear power as well. Well, they also have centrifuges. Does that sound familiar? So does Iran. They also have these labs that are trying to make more enrichment to the uranium. So does Iran. And so now you have these Saudi vessels in there that get attacked by the Houthis. I'm sitting there wondering, does the Saudi version of the CIA and Mossad, are they out there? Because we know our CIA did a bunch of stuff in Latin America in the 80s and 90s around communism, and there's all kinds of things that happen. And we know MI6, and we know Mossad. So why would it be so crazy that the Saudis have their version of that are out there kind of maybe indirectly seeing that the Houthis get help? So it's like, oh my gosh, one of my ships has been attacked. See, United States, I really need to be enriching uranium too. I'm getting attacked because I'm kind of your friend here. I think there's subtext going around here, and I don't have any secret cables from foreign governments, but I'll tell you, I look at this and it just doesn't smell right. How do the Houthis get armed when their source of money and arms, Iran, is truly busy with what's going on with us?
Yeah, and by the way, while that's going on, I want to show this clip. This is the clip I was talking about. Go for it.
Mr. President, there are no signs that Iran is ready to stop fighting. So what is the plan? Is the plan to just keep bombing until they give up?
There are no signs. Why, do you know something that I don't know?
Well, they continue to attack our allies and
You
kill
don't know what
Americans.
the dialogue is behind the scenes, that they want to meet desperately to try and end it because they're getting decimated. You don't get that when you listen to your fake station, but you don't know. You don't know anything.
So talks are
you know
still
something
possible,
that I
like-
don't know? Do you know something I don't know?
Well, tell us.
I will tell you, they want to desperately meet, and until they're ready to meet in a meaningful way, we have no interest in even.
What an easy way to handle the situation. How do you know? Are you talking to them? What do you know that I don't know? I'm the president, so as if you know more than I do, like who I'm negotiating. That's the part about everybody, including us, that we give our opinions, we give our thoughts, we speculate. Nobody knows what's going on behind closed doors except for the people that are in the room negotiating with these guys. Nobody knows. I agree. Everything is speculation, and bias is speculation to support what you believe in and what you're thinking is going on. Now, I do want to say what just happened. Iran strikes on CIA facilities, prompting questions about possible Russian role. And this article, this is not an article written by just a blogger. This is by Reuters. So, Iranian drone attacks on CIA facilities in Gulf have prompted U.S. intelligence analysts to investigate whether Russia assisted by providing targeting information or advanced drone technology, according to 4 people familiar with the U.S. intelligence. Analysts have not reached firm conclusions, but cited the strike's effectiveness and apparent precision, as well as Russia's broader technical support for Iran as possible evidence. At least 2 CIA sites were struck in March. The CIA stationed the U.S. embassy in Riyadh, Saudi, and a separate site in eastern Iraq. One internal memo from a Western intelligence agency concluded Russia has likely played a role in targeting regional CIA facilities. 2 Western officials briefed an intelligence report said analysts thought the Saudi attack involved a pair of Russian-enhanced versions of Iran's Shahid drones. One blew a hole through a vulnerable part of the embassy exterior, and the other flew through and detonated. So, I mean, Tom, Adam, when you see your story like this, what do you think's going on with this story?
So this specific story, I mean, listen, Russia is a bad actor, but I want to comment on the Iran situation, if I can, and the Houthis, if I may.
Go for it.
I'm here in Jerusalem, and let me tell you something. What I've learned in the Middle East, I always say, the Middle East is not the Midwest. What you got going on in Chicago is not what they got going on in Iran. I'm here in Israel, and these are Israelis, supposedly the sophisticated people. The aggression in the Middle East, don't get me started on Lebanon and Syria and Afghanistan. These are aggressive people. These are pushy people. I'm with my buddy Austin. We're in line for coffee. I see him arguing with this old lady. Arguing. I go, what was that? He goes, she tried to skip me in line. I'm like, that's what's going on here? We don't understand in America how aggressive the Middle East is. People. In America, when I talk about the Middle East versus the Midwest, Pat, you know this more than anybody. We have no idea how fanatical and radical these people are. We talk about, like, I'm a fan, I love my team, I'm a Knicks fan, or the Bears famously had super fans. Fanatical and fans are completely different. The amount of belief you have to respect